Hi everyone, I'm Needlecraft Annie and I'm here for Flosstube number 37. It's again been 2 weeks since I last filmed a video. Last week I just did not feel like stitching, I did not feel like filming, stuff like that, so I just left it, did not force myself to come here and film if I don't really enjoy it. So this week I'm going to enjoy it again. I'm viewing the Stitchy bug again, having fun with my stitching, so I decided to come back and do a video. This week I first have all the stuff I did in the end of April, and then we start with Stitchmania. Since we last time spoke, I figured something else out I want to do for Stitchmania. My plans remained the same, except for an addition. But we talk about that in the end of the video, and just start with all the stuff I did in the end of April. The first thing I did was finish a whip. So I'm now down to 22 whips, which is actually really cool. I kind of hope to be below 20 whips till the end of the year, but we're going to see about that. The finish I have is the Joyful World Cell by the Snowflower Diaries. Those are monthly pieces, every month with some cute little animals, and yeah, I started it last year in June, and in about 10 or 11 months I finished the whole series and can now have them on display. So last time we spoke, I was still busy with June, and I show you a picture of what June looked like last time here. And this is June done. June is my birthday month, and I love this piece. It's my favorite of the series, and yeah. The monthly names, I stitched all of them in German instead of English, so sometimes they differ a little bit, sometimes they're just the same, just pronounced a bit differently. So this is June with the beehive, the bear. I absolutely love the bear. He's super cute. And I can't wait to have him on display. Those bees have some lazy daisy stitches for their wings. Yeah, that's June. And and because I have finished the whip completely, I'm now going to show you all of the other pieces that I have already stitched. So, July. August. September. October. November. December. January. February. March. April. And May. Not yet in the form because I'm going to put it into the frame after this video. That's May. All of them are stitched on the same fabric. It's a 32 count Belfast linen in the colorway Silver Moon, and I've stitched them 2/2 with all the called for colors, which are Gentle Art sampler threads and normally about 1 or 2 colors in DMC 2 edition. So the white has always been B5200, or sometimes there was black instead of the Gentle sampler thread. Onyx is the darkest one I used. Sometimes there was black needed. So yeah, but they're all stitched on the same fabric with all the same threads. Of course, the colors varied from month to month, but nevertheless, everything with gentle out sampler threads, and I really enjoyed stitching those. They fit in quite a small frame, and I can have them on display very easily. And yeah, those are those. I finished them, all of them, and actually before Mania, I think even half a week before Mania, so I was really good with what I said last time, stitching 45 minutes instead of 30 every day to have it done, and that was no problem at all to get them done. Really enjoyed them, really did. It's kind of sad to have them done, but on the other hand, I'm really happy that I can now switch the frame every month and have all those prepared and ready, and just, yeah, really cool. And I really love June. I have to show you June again because I really adore that one. Yay! Okay. Let's move on to the full coverage stitching I did in the end of April. I stitched on 3 pieces. One of them I will show you quite in the end, but 2 of them I can show you now. First one is supersized Once Upon a Fairy Tale Max Colors by Haven't Enough Designs. Artwork is by Amy Stewart, and I show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I'm at right now. So last time we spoke, or last time you saw it, I was in this block over here. I did this one and started the next diagonal, not completely finishing the block in here. Last time we spoke, I told you that I did not love this project. I loved the outcome, I loved the picture, but I did not enjoy stitching on it, and I did not feel like it. So during end of April, I was sitting here and not sure what to stitch on at all. And then I kind of had the urge to stitch on this one, so I did immediately, just to get some more progress in. I want to have 16,000 stitches done till the end of the year, and I need to find back my love for it. So yeah, I did a bit more than 200 stitches, and it was really fun again. So this one is stitched on a 40 count Newcastle linen 1/1 10 stitch. I try to bring it a bit closer because the stitches are really tiny. The needleminder is from Lakeside Linens. No, sorry. Lakeside Needlecraft, of course. Lakeside Needlecraft in the UK. Yeah, and it's Happy New Year because that's my New Year, new start. So that's that one. There are a lot of color changes, especially in those blocks where I transition from the blue of the sky into the purpley gray of the buildings. So those blocks take a lot of time. This block over here, except for those 2 stitches missing, that's all one color. So that's nice stitching. But yeah, as I said, some of those blocks are really confetti heavy, and that kind of killed my stitching bug on this one. As I said, I'm happy how it's turning out, and I like how it looks. But this one is going to take me a lot of time. And we'll see. I'm going to stitch on this one whenever I feel the need or the want to stitch on it, just because I really have to get some more done on this one. And I can't do, normally my stitch goal is about 630 stitches every day. On this one, that's not likely, just because that means a lot of time, probably around 8, 9, or 10 hours for 630 stitches. And most times I do not have that much time for stitching. So yeah, I have to switch it in for a few days. I think I actually stitched on this one on a non-full coverage day because I finished all my goals for that day and felt like full coverage stitching. And so I thought about stitching on this one because I don't have to do like the 630 stitches. I can, every stitch on a full coverage stitch or on a full coverage piece helps me reduce the stitches I'm still missing to reach my goal. So yeah, that's when I pulled this one out. Okay, a lot of talk about 200 stitches. Next one I stitched on, and I think I stitched 2 days on this one, as Dragon Dancer. Artwork is by Anne Stokes, and again, it's a Haven't Enough Designs. I'm doing the regular one, which is really big. I'm doing the large format pages, so the symbols on each page are a bit bigger, but that means I have close to 100 pages. And I show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I'm at right now. So with this one, I'm coming along quite nicely. I'm taking a color up in page number 2 and going wherever the thread takes me. So I'm just filling in cross country wherever this color is missing. So yeah, really happy. This one is stitched on a 32 count 2/110 stitch, needleminders by Denkai Designs. And so far, really happy. Still, I think 13,000 stitches, or yeah, 13,000 stitches missing till the end of the year, something like that. So I'm quite sure I can do 1 or 2 pages still, and yeah, that would help a lot. So yeah, that's Dragon Dancer. And that's all the full coverage stitching I did in April, except for one project. As I said, I'm going to show you that in the end, because it kind of came into my mania plans. Okay, non-full coverage, I did my temperature garden by Stitchmaynia. I'm stitching on this one once a week, just to get, or to stay caught up. This is, and I show a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I'm at right now. So I stitched on this one on the 30th of April, which I probably shouldn't have done, and just stitched on it the 1st of May, because now April is completely done, except for one flower petal. I'm going to stitch on that one, or going to stitch that one next time I work on this. And otherwise, the first 2 rows and the first 4 months are already done, and it's kind of blue. I had hoped for some brighter colors in April, but maybe we get them in May. But normally May or middle of May, it's getting cold again, so we'll see. I'm stitching this one on a 28 count even weave, 1/1 full cross, and needleminder is again by Lakeside Needlecraft. Yeah, that's my temperature garden. The pattern is by Stitchmaynia. She's a flosstuber here on YouTube as well. And she has a few temperature charts, not only the garden, but she has a tree and balloons, stuff like that. So she's presently stitching on one as well, and she's normally doing like one of those temperature charts every year. So go check her videos out, and you will see another one of those temperature pieces. Okay. Then let's move into travel stitching, which is my travel stitching in the beginning of May as well. I don't have a cover picture, so I'm talking about the Grimm's Fairy Tale cell by Clouds Factory. 5 months or 5 parts are already released. And yeah, I just show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I'm at right now. So, okay. This is where I'm at right now. I finished 4 parts and I'm presently stitching on the 5th since last time you saw it. I finished part 4, which is Rapunzel over here. That's part 4, and then I started with part 5, which will be Cinderella. There's her stepmother and her 2 stepsisters up in the back. Down here, that's going to be her dress. Wonderful, really wonderful, beautiful dress. Over here, that's Cinderella in her rags, and there's going to be the prince, and that will be part number 5. I have to finish up this tree still, and a bit more on all of those 3 characters. The borders and stuff are already done. I bring it a bit closer. This one is stitched on a 16 count Ada by Picture This Plus. The colorway is Jade, and it's the called for fabric. And I'm stitching with the called for threads as well, which is mostly DMC and 3 weeks dye works. So yeah, that's the Grimm's Fairy Tale style. This one is continuing as my travel stitching for May until I have finished part number 5, which probably 1 or 2 more days with travel stitching should be it. I'm going to take it tomorrow, hopefully, even finishing tomorrow, but I don't think so, and probably going to finish next time I take it thereafter. So in the middle of May, something like that. The needleminder is by Just Sue Heavenly, and you can see it because it's turning and twisting, and there we go. Central Park. Yeah, that's that one. I'm stitching 2/1. I'm not sure if I told you that. 16 count Ada 2/1 for crosses. So far, really love how it's turning out. Really like the piece, and I can't wait what all the other fairy tales are going to be. I have a few in mind that I would like to see, but those are not the most famous fairy tales. So I'm not sure if they're going to appear on here. But I kind of like most fairy tales, so that's fine by me. Even if they don't appear. Okay, travel stitching. As I said, even for Stitchmania. And then let's move into Stitchmania. Last time I told you I'm doing kind of a Startmania or Stitchmania with a new start every second day, but I start on the same whip. One of my whips is the Tiny Christmas Stockings by Basilla. It's a kit. I count it as one whip overall. There are 30 different stockings, all really tiny on 14 count Ada. But I count it as one whip, and every second day I start one of those with the Tiny Decisions app, so I start a random one. I had already 3 finished before I started my mania, and now I have 2 more started. The first one I started, let's find it, is this one down here with the reindeer, and that's where I'm at with this one. The needle is in there because as soon as I finish part 5 of the Grimm's Fairy Tale cell, this one's going to be my travel stitching. So far that's the reindeer. I still have to backstitch it. Thereafter it will look a bit better, I think, and not so washed out. But that's the first one. And 2 days ago I started the next one. This one in here was the next one I started. And that's where I'm at with that one. And you can't see a lot because a lot of white stitches. And I'm really happy I got that green backstitch and those red stitches in yesterday, because otherwise you would have seen nothing at all because it's just white on white. But yeah, that's the second one. Today I'm going to start the next one, and I actually had not yet pulled which one I'm going to stitch on next, but I have my cell phone here, and I'm going to turn the wheel now. I'm not going to show you because my display is not looking good, but I'm presently turning the wheel. And the next one I'm going to start is number 3. Number 3 is this one up here in the middle, so that's the one I'm going to start today. I normally have them in this bag over here. That's the bag all the threads came in when I received the kit, and they all fit in on their thread cards together with the Ada. And I can just take it as it is, put the pattern in here as well. That fits if I fold it. And then I can just take this small little bag with me as travel stitching, which is really cool. And that's why they're so perfect for travel stitching. So after I finish part 5 of the Grimm's Fairy Tale cell, I'm going to take those. Sorry. Okay. For the rest of Mania, I'm going to go Monogomaynia. That was not in my plans, but I have one focus piece. I'm going to show you a picture of my focus piece for this year. That's Mini Winter Rose, artwork is by Rachel Anderson. That's a Heaven and Earth Designs piece. I want to finish this year. And I think 3 days ago I reached the 50% mark. But I started it last year in June and worked on it for 3 months every day. And till the end of the year I had 2 pages completely done. And only now I reached 50%. So if I want to finish it this year, I have to speed up. So I decided for Monogomaynia. As long as I feel the project. Whenever I start to not feel the project anymore and to get annoyed at like forcing myself stitching on this one, I'm going to pack it away because I don't want to burn out on it if I want to finish this year. That's not going to work. So as long as I feel the project, or as long as Mania takes, or May takes, I'm going to stitch on Mini Winter Rose exclusively. I show a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I'm at right now. So since last time you saw her, I did, I think, 2 more diagonals. So I'm close to finishing up this frame up here in the top. I'm close to finishing up her hair. I reached her dress in various blocks. And you can start to see the balcony she's sitting on. So really cool progress. I'm starting to see a lot more things. I think 2 or 3 more diagonals, and this page up here, page number 3, will be done, which means the top row of pages will be done. I think 5 more diagonals, and I will actually have reached the bottom of the piece. I'm now in the last page, which is only a partial page. I have reached that one down here with this block. So she's looking great. As I said, I have reached or crossed the 50% mark already. I think I'm now at 53%. Her wings are completely done and they look amazing. I really love how she's turning out. See, she stitched on a 28 count 2/110 stitch. Yeah, amazing. The needleminder is from Denkai Designs. There are still some holes in her arm and up in here. As soon as I have brought this diagonal down to about here, I'm going to fill in all the cranny that's missing there. And I will be close to finishing off cranny completely, which is amazing because in the beginning there were like 3,500 something stitches of cranny, and I'm close to finishing it. That's amazing. So yeah, she's beautiful. And I can't wait to like have her completely done, or at least to really see her dress. You can see the start over here. It's going to be a really beautiful bright red in her dress. Yeah, that's going to be beautiful. And not a lot of confetti in the dress, so that's kind of cool as well. Because those roses down here, they are confetti hell, and the wings were as well. But those roses, they are crazy confetti heavy. Yeah, I can't stop to show her because I just really love her. But I think I have to because then I can get to editing and uploading the video and I can finally start stitching on her, which is even better than showing her. So yeah, she's beautiful. She's really beautiful. And it would be amazing to have her done till the end of the year. So we'll see what I can manage in May. To reaching the bottom of the piece in May, that's kind of a must, I think. And then we'll see what else there's going to be. She's beautiful. Yeah, that's Mini Winter Rose. And I now stop showing her off. And yeah, that's everything I stitched on. So even though with Monogomaynia, May is going to be kind of boring, I'm starting one of those little pieces every second day. So I think I'm going to be back next week. And I can show you all those little pieces at least. And hopefully some good progress on Mini Winter Rose. Yeah, I hope you liked it. It's not, this time I had not as much projects as I sometimes have, but honestly, that's kind of cool from time to time to not have a ton of different projects and not a lot of progress on any of them. So that's kind of another reason why I decided for Monogomaynia, just to get some really good progress into her. As I said, I want to finish her till the end of the year, and there's still a lot to do. Yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave me a comment, like, or subscribe to my channel. I'm happy to answer comments, even if it takes some time to get around to do it. It's just, yeah, sometimes that's just not my thing, especially if I have like weeks, like last week, where I did not feel like stitching or filming. I do not feel like doing anything though during those weeks. So yeah, that's kind of a bummer, and but I will answer your comments someday. Normally latest 2 weeks later, something like that. Okay. That's enough of my rambling. I hope you have a wonderful time till we see each other next. I hope you're stitching a lot, if that makes you feel happy, or you're doing whatever makes you feel happy. And yeah, I wish you to have a wonderful time and see you next time. Bye!